Hi and welcome. My name is Fazila Bijo, and this is another episode in the teaching series for the book called Feeling is a Secret, which is by Neville Goddard. The chapter on sleep is quite important because it helps us understand why it's so important to prepare ourselves as we go into our sleep time. It is not to be taken lightly, and therefore my intent and purpose with this particular video is to help you become more aware of why you should set your night up for success so that your day can be even better. Now, in terms of my own personal experience, I have become aware of what it takes in terms of making sure that I do not go into my sleep time with the worries or the struggles of the day. In fact, you will learn as you progress with me how to change those struggles for yourself. And with practice, you become a lot better. Now, I've learned that as well, my dreams will reflect my challenges and struggles if I don't get them out of the way before I go to bed at night. In our previous video, I explained what the conscious mind and the subconscious mind roles are in terms of how consciousness works. So I just want to highlight when I speak about the conscious and the subconscious mind, it really is to illustrate the different mechanism that is involved in terms of consciousness and your imagination, but they are ultimately one and they are not divided. So if you are interested in learning about why sleep and how to change consciousness that you hold, I suggest you watch this video to the end. I also suggest that if you are new to the channel, you are new to these teachings, you may want to repeat these videos so that you can grasp the concept. I've found that when I read the same material, new information comes to light to me. And this is because my consciousness is no longer what it was like when I first read the books or I heard an audio or I listened to a lecture. And so it's just that we have a different level of awareness and consciousness, and we're forever expanding. And the more that you listen to the material or the lectures, I do invite you to read the book. It is a short book. The Feeling is a Secret. There are 4 chapters, but it has so much impact. And I've tried to keep this manageable and short. So break it up in terms of your viewing time if you need to take notes. And also, please leave me a comment in terms of what you yourself have seen is different for you in terms of your awareness and what you are going to implement. So let's get started. Looking into chapter 2 of Feeling is the Secret. Now, Feeling is the Secret is about understanding what part your feelings, your strong feelings play in terms of your state of consciousness. This quote, to feel a state as hopeless or impossible, is to impress the subconscious with the idea of failure. The subconscious does not have a filter, and therefore it cannot prevent any ideas of lack or negativity that you may be holding on to. I want to also point out that we don't manifest what we want, but we create and manifest what we ourselves are conscious of being. So I'm going to just expand on that. So let's say that you have a desire to have a new car, but the car you're currently owning has got problems. Now, you may be wanting a new car, but you're very aware of the old car and you're very aware of the problems. So the times that you may desire the new car and the feeling state that you have may not be strong enough in order to create and manifest a new car because your focus is on the old car. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now, to control your feelings will give you a happier and a fuller life. And it does take practice. I'm not going to sugarcoat or try and sell you the idea that it happens like that. you must start to practice controlling your feelings and actually looking at where are you in terms of your state of consciousness. And your state of consciousness, in the example I used just now, old car versus new car. Are you focusing more on problem and therefore it's the old car? Or can you move and shift into the state that says, I already have this new car? And I'll talk about how we go into that state. So a very important thing here is sensation, feeling comes before manifestation. And that is the foundation of manifestation. Feeling is the secret. The feeling is the foundation of manifestation. Your external world, the experiences and events are shaped by your feelings. So by now you're starting to see why it's so important that you impress your subconscious with the feelings that in alignment with your desire. A change in feeling within will result in a change of pattern in your outside world. So please remember, your subconscious never fails to create that which you have impressed it with. Now, whatever you are thinking or whatever you've exposed yourself to during the day as well, if you've had a strong feeling, a strong trigger about that, you're going to take that into your sleeping state, into your dream state, and impress your subconscious with that idea. Because we have assumed a feeling that that state is ours, and it becomes the reality that we create. To assume a feeling of that which you want, which you desire, and you already see it as yours, is how you start to create and manifest more consciousness. So, sleep. Why is it so important? Well, we spend 1/3 of our life on earth sleeping. And therefore, this time is the natural door into the subconscious. So let's flip it. The 2/3 of our life that we spend on earth is actually being influenced by the conditions that we've set up in terms of our sleeping state. Now, if that isn't enough for you to realize that you need to be changing a couple of things, well, manifestation, creation of your reality is going to be a little bit more of a struggle. So I want you to realize the conditions and events of your life become your children, because you have created that in your sleeping state. And how have we created that in our sleeping state? Is by believing, feeling strongly about certain aspects of our life, certain things, certain states of consciousness. We make them so real that subconscious becomes the creator of that. Subconscious takes it on. It does not discriminate. So I really want you to get this. Your imagination creates your reality. Your consciousness creates your reality. And I've demonstrated and spoken about how the conscious mind impregnates the subconscious mind. So to manifest your desire, what should you be doing? You must now assume the feeling of being, having, or witnessing the state that you seek. What that means in the scenario of the old versus the new car, you must drop all the stories, all the meaning that you've attached to the old car. And you must now live and assume you have an amazing new car. It sounds like pretense, but I promise you it isn't. When you take that state of having the new car into your sleep and you assume that you already have it, you live as though you are that person who has a new car. Your subconscious cannot determine that as being false. So what should you be doing is, when you want to assume the state of the wish fulfilled, how would I feel when my wish is fulfilled? So how would I feel in the morning when I wake up to drive my new car? Now that is something you must start to expand on and bring more of into your waking time, and very importantly, when you're going to sleep. And how you do this is you assume what it would be like when you feel accomplished, when you have that new car. And that satisfaction is what you bring in before you go to sleep. So again, your mood, which is prior to sleeping, defines the state of consciousness you will take into your dream time, into your subconscious. Because the subconscious will only see you exactly as you feel yourself to be. Now, here's how you set it up. When you get to bed, you lie on your back with your head level with your body. And you now bring in with this feeling, that state where, let's say you want that new car. You assume you already have the car. How would I feel when I'm driving this car? What would I be doing different? How would my level of satisfaction, how would I feel about having this new car? You must already feel what it is like and relax into that state of unconsciousness. You take the idea, you take the feeling of having that new car into that state where you are just about to fall asleep, that drowsy state. I want to also highlight it takes practice. This is called the state akin to sleep. I will do a future video on this. You must do this night after night, no matter what happens. You've got nothing to lose. So prove it to yourself that when you prepare yourself to sleep, now this is as though, treat this time as though you were meeting your lover. You are focused, you are feeling, and you're attentive. You're not going to dwell on what isn't. You are going to dwell on the feeling of having this. So in the state of the new car, you don't have to know the details of the car. You just have to know how you'd feel, that level of satisfaction, that level of achievement, that joy of driving a new car. So prepare yourself as you would to meet yourself in a sacred chamber of sleep. And you relax into the unconsciousness and you can go to sleep. It is okay if you sleep in the state of the wish fulfilled. So I want to remind you, do not go to bed discouraged or dissatisfied. You must drop the stories. You don't want to take the stories into your sleep state. Never feel that you have failed. Do not sleep in the consciousness of failure. Now, you don't have to also only do this for yourself. You never have to speak to someone else and give them advice in terms of how you want to see them succeed or their desires come into fruition. You need to just convince yourself that that person, whether it is your child, your partner, your parent, they are already in that state of the desire that you wish to see them attain, you wish to see them accomplish. So let's say you wish to see your child do well in school. When you're about to go to sleep, you take in the feeling of how amazing would it be to be seeing their report at the end of the term and they've passed. How amazing would it feel to hear your child say, "Mom or Dad, look at my report. I'm so happy with my results." You decide on the scene. And when you take that scene into your sleep, please make it short and make it precise in terms of the feeling. You don't have to know too many of the details. Just what would the outcome be that you desire? So sleep is the door to heaven. Because whatever you take into your sleep state as a strong feeling creates the conditions of your life. It creates the outer experience. So I trust that you found this valuable. I will still do another video around feeling is the secret to give you a few more practices, processes, and teachings so that you truly understand why feeling is so important and how you can apply feeling in terms of manifestation. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe, share this video. I truly wish to have this work spread so that we have more people who are aware of the mechanics and how manifestation can truly be effortless. And we do it consciously. My name is Fazila Bijo, and thank you for joining me in this video on Feeling is the Secret and becoming an inner work master.